The new media is here and it's winning bigly. Ratings are rocking all across the industry, but the personalities could be facing rocky roads. Brett Cooper is one of those, making big decisions that have major ramifications. The young conservative commentator leaving the Daily Wire and quickly acquiring huge subscriber numbers on YouTube. But is she dooming her channel already? We'll tell you what's happening. You get set and get ready. Hello folks, welcome back to the channel that continues to break down what's breaking down in entertainment, and we build it up every single day in a way that makes you know what's going up. Folks, today we only ask that you click the like button and we will get started with a conversation about Brett Cooper, who, by the way, is, well, we believe the star of the upcoming Snow White movie from the Daily Wire, but which could now never see the light of day. It's very interesting indeed, as are all of these personality connections happening behind the scene, including her bridesmaid taking over her old role on her old show. It's all fascinating. We'll talk about it real fast, real good, real quick, and in a way that no one else is. Click that like button, and here we go. Folks, we have a change at the Daily Wire. It is that, Brett Cooper is out, and her replacement is her bridesmaid. It's very interesting, and it will have major impacts on the Daily Wire, which, of course, as you all know, has been working on a Snow White movie to take on Disney's Snow White movie. Now, we don't know if that is moving forward. We'll take a listen very quickly, and then we'll tell you why Brett Cooper might be in a bit of trouble here. We've got some analysis that you just need to know. Here is the beginning to the way that she was replaced by her bridesmaid over on the Daily Wire.
Welcome to a new chapter of the comment section, and I am your new host, Reagan Conrad. Now, some of you are probably asking, who is this chick? Where is Brett? What is going on? And those are all very valid questions. So before we get into today's episode, I want to just recap a few things with you all. Now,
she goes on to talk about, from their viewpoint, why it was that Brett left without really saying why Brett Cooper left the Daily Wire. And they go through some stuff that makes you think that both sides have interest in not throwing slime at one another. Brett Cooper, meanwhile, leaving the Daily Wire, she has picked up 300,000 subscribers so far. And you would think, and by the way, it'll be more, we'll show you in just a minute, you would think that that's a good thing. But it might not be. An analysis by Timcast the other day may be exactly right. We'll tell you why. From Brett Cooper, at I'm Brett Cooper. I need to switch mine, Joe, to at I'm WDW Pro. It says almost 300,000 subscribers is what she's implying. With no videos yet is wild, LOL. So grateful for everyone who has subscribed to the new channel. I know it's not the easiest to find, so thank you. We'll be verified and rocking and rolling very soon. See y'all in January. And you can see down here what her new channel is with 291 subscribers so far when she posted that. Now, if we go to this, it's on X. It's called Mastering Rumble. And they are actually doing a live view streaming on X. And I don't know if they're having issues. X has been having some streaming issues. But they've been doing a live stream where they show the changing amount of subscribers for both the comment section, which is where Brett Cooper was the host of the show, and for Brett Cooper. Here's what we've got. It says, watch live as Brett Cooper in the comment section face off. Don't miss the drama. Now, the comment section, which is owned by the Daily Wire, has currently, at the time of recording, 4.3 million subscribers. Brett Cooper has 338,000. And this is apparently very intensely followed because 3,248 views is how many people are tuning in live to find this out. That's crazy. But you know what else is crazier? The money that we're talking about inside the new media. Because remember, people are flooding to YouTube. They're leaving the networks. They're leaving the cable channels. They're going to YouTube. It's a paradigm shift. We're following it. We're part of it. Well, the comment section is part of it as well. The Daily Wire is huge, and the comment section is huge. Brett Cooper leaving is a big, big deal inside the new media and what the future might be. How big is it? Well, take a look at the comment section and how much viewership it's been getting. Over the past 30 days, it's seen a 40% decline, and it still has 55 million views. So that means with a 40% decline, this thing was somewhere around 90 million views. At 55 million views per month, I would estimate that this thing is getting something like, I don't know, Jonas, could we say perhaps it might be worth $400,000 to $500,000 a month? And if you look at it how it was before, if it was earning nearly 100 million views, you're talking about a channel that could have been earning $1 million a month. That is big time money. And so with Brett Cooper leaving, now the question is, and her bridesmaid taking over, will it continue on? Well, sure it will. And it might be diminished slightly. It might rise back up again. But for Brett Cooper, she, who will be the star of the Snow White movie, we assume, although there's no guarantee now that she continues on at the Daily Wire as Snow White even, she's got this problem. And the problem panel is that she has more than 300,000 subscribers. And she has no videos. And the problem there, as presented by Timcast, and I agree with it, is that the longer that Brett Cooper doesn't have any videos, but she has subscribers, the more likely it is that the YouTube algorithm is going to be really screwed up. And it may not promote her videos, and she might not get viewership because these subscribers, this rush of subscribers that she's currently getting, if they don't tune in at a sufficient proportion to her total subscriber amount, if she doesn't get the kind of viewership on those videos sustained, then she could be in a real problem. So for Brett Cooper, she may have needed to release videos like, boom, here we go. And instead, if she's waiting all the way until January, and we don't know what at point in January, then Brett Cooper could become a much less well-known name. And ultimately, that could even impact whether or not we get a Snow White movie taking on Snow White from Disney from the Daily Wire. Panel, what say you?
It's an interesting thing. With the way YouTube works, generally people are subscribed to people as opposed to shows altogether. That's why you have so many channels that are specifically named after the creator who is on that channel. I'm going to say, if I were to guess what is going on with this one as far as monetary here, this is a generalized rule of thumb. Bottom range, top range, average them together. So according to that, she would be making about 100. The channel would be making 120,000 per month if we just go based off of the current estimated yearly earnings. I'm not saying that is what it definitely is, but also the Daily Wire is an also on YouTube kind of thing. So the comment section is probably one of their more successful YouTube based shows, but they have the Daily Wire app and they function as podcasts. I don't know how this one does as podcasts. Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles, Andrew Clavin, Matt Walsh all do a lot better in that podcast space and skew to a different audience. So she's big in this space does not necessarily mean she's the biggest over here. Daily Wire obviously has a pay model on there or a paid model over there on the app. So it's not clear cut who is the most popular here, but this is Daily Wire's face in this space on YouTube right here. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if people are subscribing to the show, and it seems like in an almost eerie way that they have found someone who presents in many ways much like Brett Cooper. So if Brett has managed to make her name the thing as opposed to pretty presenting girl talking about all of this stuff with base takes, I don't know how much of it Brett wrote herself. It's really going to be, it's going to remain to be seen here. Jeremy Griggs from D-Day Cobra, Geeks and Gamers, had a really good take. He said he doesn't consider Brett a YouTuber until she does this without the support of script writers, editors, and the having to make content deadlines without the support of a large company like the Daily Wire. So I'm reserving judgment here on Brett's decision. If she's showing up here because she wants to upload a couple of videos here and there, and she's got much lower metrics for what she needs to make, when it's a lean operation, the stakes are lower. But also she's leaving the infrastructure of a company like the Daily Wire, which, for better or worse, is a much more known name in the space. Could be a negative, could be a positive. So
the other thing, and I'd like to hear from our other panelists on this, there could be a bidding war inside the new media. So you need to remember that, we've talked about in the past, Megyn Kelly is getting the same kind of views on YouTube as ABC News. She probably has 7 people on her staff, and ABC News, I'm sure, has hundreds, if not thousands. Now, in that same domain, you have not just Megyn Kelly, but you've got the PBD podcast, right? You've got Valuetainment. You have Timcast, who may be in negotiations with Daily Wire, we're not sure. But you have quite a number of different entities out there that are basically like their own now news channels. They have the viewership that they would be just fine on their own on a cable channel, but they exist as a YouTube channel. And they get to do that to a huge level of success. Well, there could be a bidding war now between those various networks, whether it's Timcast, whether it's PBD, any number of them. You could have a bidding war. The Blaze, for example, you could have a bidding war for them trying to now get Brett Cooper to join them. And then her YouTube channel is just this other thing. But so long as Brett Cooper is not making videos and has this many subscribers, it is not good to have that many subscribers and not have videos. Like, that needs to be happening 100% as soon as you can possibly get a video out the door. Marvin, Vash, your thoughts?
I have heard all kinds of stuff happening behind the scenes within the situation. Apparently, Daily Wire backed Brett Cooper to a large extent with a lot of money, which I think this is all. I mean, it's highly speculative. This is all what it comes down to is Brett Cooper's cut and all this. I think Jonas ran over the numbers of the comment section pretty well. And yeah, I would say that Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and some of their other Daily Wire personalities are much bigger in the podcast space. But apparently, from what I understand, the comment section, that YouTube show was outperforming even Ben Shapiro's show on YouTube for a brief period of time there. And so she may have felt that she wanted a bigger slice. The big determining factor is definitely going to be how she thrives in an environment where she's not being backed by the Daily Wire. That's going to be interesting. But I think you're also right, Pro, in that there might be a bidding war within new media, especially in the contrarian space, which we don't have a lot of female personalities in that space. It's probably why Megyn Kelly is doing as successful as she is. Not just to say that she's just because of a woman, but
I mean, she is brilliant. That does help.
Well, and just to briefly interrupt here, I mean, people may say, well, who's Brett Cooper? She runs a comment section. That's the stodgy way of looking at this. Megyn Kelly is as big as ABC News on YouTube.
Yeah.
When we talk about Brett Cooper leaving the Daily Wire and potentially going somewhere else, we're talking about, this is a major media move, whatever happens. Yeah. And there are huge risks at stake for Brett Cooper, for Daily Wire. But one thing I don't understand, Vash, I don't support people being angry at either side, because ultimately this Reagan girl who's the bridesmaid, like, I don't sense that she's being, vitriolic towards Brett, or that, if Brett voluntarily left, I don't see any problem with somebody stepping in and doing a show and making a lot of money and getting the chance at fame for doing it. And for Brett's side, like, I don't see any reason to be mad at her that she decided it was better for her to leave Daily Wire. It looks to me like people might get 2 shows. They might get the best of the comment section with a new host, and they might keep getting Brett Cooper, and well, dandy for that, right?
Right. Well, I mean, look, I think Brett Cooper has every ability to thrive in her own space, in her own channel. The question is, really, will she? Well, if she doesn't have this backing, the other question too is, Daily Wire has had kind of an issue retaining or even bringing on talent. This goes back to the Steven Crowder situation. Apparently, there were some contractual stipulations that were pretty restrictive. There's also speculation that that's why Candace Owens may have made the comments that she made, was to get out of that restrictive contract. And now we have another situation here with Brett Cooper here. Yeah, it's kind of a fascinating new thing happening right now amongst new media. I think there might very well be a bidding war, and the comment section having had this happen to it, that's going to be really interesting to see if Reagan Conrad is going to be able to preserve not really the subscribers. We know that's taken a hit, but really the viewership and that monetary output that channel was receiving. Brett Cooper can do it. It's man, this is definitely a risky move, and it's all going to be incumbent upon her to really make those, like Jonas referred to, those content deadlines and producing to the degree that really attracts those viewership.
Now, the only way this turns, I think, into a toxic situation, and I don't think this will happen, but the only way I think it becomes toxic, Marvin, is if the comment section goes live one day, and at the same time Brett Cooper goes live, and they start trying to vie for the same live audience. That would be, that would be a different situation, I think.
Oh, that would be dumb and a half on the part of both parties in that instance. You'd be cannibalizing the audience and creating an us versus them line in the sand kind of situation. So I think the best thing to do is just live and let live. Don't compete with each other and stay far away from each other.
I think that's probably true. We all need to live and learn.
Oh, he got the Sonic reference in. Thinking the same thing, Jonas. Helping Hollywood produce a product that you want to consume. That's what we do each and every day, folks. And this time, it's time to, well, say goodbye. We know, but don't cry. No, for we will have more videos on the way. We love to bring those videos and that information. And by the way, if you'd like even more, consider going to the Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. It's where we put out stuff exclusively there that we simply can't put out in other places for whatever reason, be it because it's too spicy or because, well, perhaps we're working to corroborate it. But you can find out things early and first over there. Folks, we surely have had a great time spending time with you. Consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell, and drop a comment right on down below. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.